GED Science experiment questions. Question 1. How does the human ear convert sound waves into nerve signals? Option A. The eardrum vibrates, moving tiny bones, which create fluid waves in the cochlea, bending hair cells that send signals. Option B. Sound waves directly become electricity. Option C. The brain interprets air pressure changes directly. Option D. The outer ear channels sound to the optic nerve. The correct answer is option A. The eardrum vibrates, moving tiny bones, which create fluid waves in the cochlea, bending hair cells that send signals. Sound waves vibrate the eardrum, move the tiny ear bones, create waves in cochlear fluid, and bend hair cells that send nerve signals. Sound does not directly become electricity in the air, the brain does not sense pressure changes directly, and hearing signals do not travel through the optic nerve. Question 2. Which phase of matter has a definite volume but no definite shape, taking the shape of its container? Option A. Solid. Option B. Liquid. Option C. Gas. Option D. Plasma. The correct answer is option B. Liquid. A liquid has a definite volume but changes shape to match its container. A solid has a definite shape, a gas has neither fixed shape nor fixed volume, and plasma is an ionized gas-like state. Question 3. Why does a rising parcel of air cool down? Option A. It loses heat to surrounding cold air. Option B. It expands as pressure decreases, doing work and losing internal energy, adiabatic cooling. Option C. It stops moving. Option D. It gains moisture. The correct answer is option B. It expands as pressure decreases, doing work and losing internal energy, adiabatic cooling. A rising parcel of air expands as surrounding pressure decreases, and that expansion lowers its internal energy and temperature. The cooling is not mainly because it loses heat to cold air, stops moving, or gains moisture. Question 4. Which organ is responsible for producing bile, which helps digest fats? Option A. Gallbladder. Option B. Pancreas. Option C. Liver. Option D. Stomach. The correct answer is option C. Liver. The liver produces bile, which helps emulsify fats during digestion. The gallbladder stores bile, the pancreas releases digestive enzymes, and the stomach mainly churns food and begins protein digestion. Question 5. How does a trait become more common in a population through artificial selection? Option A. Humans breed individuals with desired traits. Option B. Natural disasters kill off others. Option C. The environment forces the change. Option D. Random chance alone. The correct answer is option A. Humans breed individuals with desired traits. Artificial selection happens when humans breed individuals that have desired traits, making those traits more common. Natural disasters, environmental pressure alone, and random chance by themselves do not describe deliberate human breeding. Question 6. Which type of electromagnetic radiation has the longest wavelength? Option A. Gamma rays. Option B. X-rays. Option C. Radio waves. Option D. Ultraviolet. The correct answer is option C. Radio waves. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths in the electromagnetic spectrum among the listed choices. Gamma rays, X-rays, and ultraviolet rays all have much shorter wavelengths and higher energies. Question 7. Why do soap molecules help remove grease from dishes? Option A. Soap molecules have a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail that surrounds grease droplets. Option B. Soap melts grease by heating. Option C. Soap turns grease into water. Option D. Soap scrapes grease off mechanically. The correct answer is option A. Soap molecules have a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail that surrounds grease droplets. Soap molecules have water-attracting heads and grease-attracting tails, allowing them to surround grease droplets and wash them away. Soap does not remove grease by heating it, turning it into water, or simply scraping it off mechanically. Question 8. Which structure in the human respiratory system is the site of gas exchange, oxygen into blood, CO out? Option A. Trachea. Option B. Bronchi. Option C. Alveoli. Option D. Diaphragm. The correct answer is option C. Alveoli. Alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen enters the blood and carbon dioxide leaves it. The trachea and bronchi are air passages, while the diaphragm is a breathing muscle rather than the gas exchange surface. Question 9. According to Newton's second law, what happens to acceleration if you apply the same force to a heavier object? Option A. Acceleration increases. Option B. Acceleration decreases. Option C. Acceleration remains the same. Option D. Acceleration becomes negative. The correct answer is option B. Acceleration decreases. Newton's second law shows that acceleration equals force divided by mass, so the same force gives a heavier object less acceleration. The acceleration would not increase or stay the same, and it does not become negative just because mass is larger. Question 10. Which type of microscope would be best for observing the detailed internal structure of a cell's nucleus? Option A. Light microscope. Option B. Dissecting microscope. Option C. Electron microscope, TEM. Option D. Hand lens. The correct answer is option C. Electron microscope, TEM. A transmission electron microscope can show detailed internal structures such as parts of a cell nucleus. Light and dissecting microscopes have lower resolution, and a hand lens cannot reveal internal cell details. Question 11. Why does a compass needle point north? Option A. The needle is attracted to the North Pole city. Option B. The Earth's liquid outer core creates a magnetic field, and the needle aligns with the magnetic field lines. Option C. The needle contains iron from the north. Option D. Gravity pulls it north. The correct answer is option B. The Earth's liquid outer core creates a magnetic field, and the needle aligns with the magnetic field lines. A compass needle aligns with Earth's magnetic field, which is generated largely by movement in the liquid outer core. It is not attracted to a city at the North Pole, it does not point north because of iron from the north, and gravity is not the cause. Question 12. Which process converts atmospheric nitrogen into a form that plants can use? Option A. Denitrification. Option B. Nitrogen fixation, by bacteria or lightning. Option C. Nitrification. Option D. Ammonification. The correct answer is option B. Nitrogen fixation, by bacteria or lightning. Nitrogen fixation converts atmospheric nitrogen into chemical forms that plants can use, often through bacteria or lightning. Denitrification returns nitrogen to the atmosphere, nitrification converts nitrogen compounds in soil, and ammonification releases ammonia from organic matter. Question 13. How does a lightning bolt form during a thunderstorm? Option A. Clouds collide and spark. Option B. Positive and negative charges separate within a storm cloud, and a huge discharge neutralizes the imbalance. Option C. Raindrops carry electricity. Option D. The sun's radiation hits the cloud. The correct answer is option B. Positive and negative charges separate within a storm cloud, and a huge discharge neutralizes the imbalance. Lightning forms when positive and negative charges separate in a storm cloud and then discharge to reduce the imbalance. Clouds do not simply collide and spark, raindrops alone do not carry enough electricity, and sunlight hitting the cloud is not the main cause. Question 14. Which human hormone regulates blood sugar by signaling the liver to release stored glucose when levels are low? Option A, insulin. Option B, glucagon. Option C, adrenaline. Option D, cortisol. The correct answer is option B, glucagon. Glucagon raises blood sugar by signaling the liver to release stored glucose when levels are low. Insulin lowers blood sugar, adrenaline prepares the body for stress, and cortisol is a broader stress hormone rather than the main low glucose signal listed. Question 15. Why does a spinning ice skater spin faster when pulling arms close to the body? Option A, conservation of angular momentum, reducing moment of inertia increases rotational speed. Option B, she applies more force. Option C, the ice becomes more slippery. Option D, air resistance decreases. The correct answer is option A. Conservation of angular momentum, reducing moment of inertia increases rotational speed. Pulling the arms inward reduces moment of inertia, so conservation of angular momentum makes the skater spin faster. The change is not mainly from applying more force, the ice becoming more slippery, or air resistance decreasing. Question 16. Which part of a flower becomes the fruit after fertilization? Option A, petal. Option B, stamen. Option C, ovary. Option D, sepal. The correct answer is option C, ovary. After fertilization, the flower's ovary develops into the fruit that surrounds the seeds. Petals attract pollinators, stamens produce pollen, and sepals protect the developing flower bud. Question 17. How does a catalyst like an enzyme speed up a reaction without being consumed? Option A, it provides energy to the reaction. Option B, it lowers the activation energy and may be reused. Option C, it changes the products permanently. Option D, it heats the reactants. The correct answer is option B. It lowers the activation energy and may be reused. A catalyst such as an enzyme speeds a reaction by lowering activation energy and can be reused. It does not supply the reaction's energy, permanently change the products, or work simply by heating the reactants. Question 18. Which type of fossil forms when a dead organism decays, leaving a cavity that later fills with minerals? Option A, cast fossil. Option B, mold fossil. Option C, trace fossil. Option D, petrified fossil. The correct answer is option A, cast fossil. A cast fossil forms when a mold cavity left by an organism later fills with minerals. A mold fossil is the empty cavity, a trace fossil records activities such as footprints, and petrified fossils form when tissues are replaced by minerals. Question 19. Why do heavy objects and light objects fall at the same rate in a vacuum? Option A, gravity pulls them equally per unit mass, and there is no air resistance. Option B, heavy objects have less gravity. Option C, light objects have more air resistance. Option D, vacuum has no gravity. The correct answer is option A. Gravity pulls them equally per unit mass, and there is no air resistance. In a vacuum, objects fall at the same rate because gravity accelerates all masses equally when air resistance is absent. Heavy objects do not have less gravity, light objects do not have more inertia, and a vacuum does not mean gravity is absent. Question 20. Which of these is a function of the human skeletal system besides supporting the body? Option A, producing red blood cells in bone marrow. Option B, digesting food. Option C, pumping blood. Option D, regulating temperature. The correct answer is option A, producing red blood cells in bone marrow. The skeletal system also produces red blood cells in bone marrow. Digesting food is a digestive function, pumping blood is a circulatory function, and temperature regulation is not the listed skeletal role.